Welcome all YouTubers, Facebookers, all social media across the nation. Uneducated Network presents Uneducated Sports Talk. I'm your host, Carlos Clayton. Today we have overall news going on from the baseball world, football, and basketball world. Before we start that, please like, subscribe, share to Uneducated Network, where you can see my show, Uneducated Sports Talk, and many other shows as well. So be on the lookout for more good things. Tomorrow, which is going to be Wednesday the 11th, we will break down and talk about all of Week 5 NFL action. We will do that. I'll also give out my pick'ems as well, and I might do fantasy. I might do that either tomorrow or Thursday. I might do fantasy just to make the day go by faster, the build up these scheduled hours of work, That's how we do it on an Uneducated Network, to where we just grind and grind and grind. So if you like guys who love to do what they do, I love talking sports, please check out Uneducated Network, to where you can see my show, like I said, and many others. That being said, let's start off with the NBA news. We all know that Dwayne Wade has joined the Cleveland Cavaliers. He was probably the last frontier, the last hoorah of the NBA offseason or free agency buzz, and he made the last splash, quote unquote. He got bought off from the Chicago Bulls, and now he is part of the Cleveland Cavaliers, teaming up with LeBron James once again. Well, they have just announced that he will be the starting two guard for this team over J.R. Smith. And I, for one, I'm not a big fan of that move. But I think Tyronn Lue is doing it out of respect, one. And two, you always want to start the guy. He's doing it out of respect. Let me say that. And you want to start that veteran guy. I don't like it, though. When you add Derrick Rose as your starting point, then you add Dwayne Wade as your two, LeBron as your three. You got some issues going on, because here's the problem. They don't space the ball like LeBron really wants it. It's a lot of this isn't Dwayne Wade of 2006, 2011 at that. This is D Wade of 2017-18 season. It's not going to look good. I'll tell you that. He cannot space the ball out. Hopefully he's been practicing his threes lately, but if he's going to be a starting guy, they're going to depend on him a lot. And I just don't think that he can do that. J.R. Smith is a better option coming and starting. I think D Wade would be better off the bench, because it'll make him more valuable to the team. Derrick Rose can't hit that three-pointer like Kyrie can. And Dwayne Wade can't hit that three-pointer like J.R. Smith can. LeBron, at his age and his stature in his life, he needs things to be spaced out. A lot of one-on-one, a lot of pick-and-roll movements, where he and only he can make things happen. You put in Derrick Rose, who can't shoot, D Wade, who can't shoot, your starting lineup is going to look very bad. Now, their bench is pretty good. They have a good bench. I like that. A lot of good things come out of that bench, but they don't have a ball handler outside of maybe Dwayne Wade might play the backup point guard position. And that's not really good until Isaiah Thomas comes back. If Isaiah Thomas comes back this season, we'll find out about that. So D Wade, I think he's going to struggle. If I was Tyronn Lue, I would start D Wade on the bench and then promote him to starting lineup. Because eventually, if things go sour, they're probably going to demote D Wade from the starting lineup and put him on the bench for J.R. Smith. Because the way things are looking, I would say, hey, you're my sixth man, and then you'll still get starter minutes. But if you make him a starter and then put it on the bench, and God forbid gets bench minutes, then you have an issue, a debacle, a debate, something bad happened in Cleveland all over again. For more talk on the Cleveland Cavaliers and the Dwayne Wade situation, please check out our episode tomorrow, In the Paint with Red, which will be on Wednesday. It will be uploaded probably Wednesday night. Check that out, In the Paint with Red, hosted by Devontae Roan, a.k.a. Red. I'll be there as well. We'll talk a lot of Dwayne Wade, a lot of NBA news going on over the week, preseason stuff going on. That being said, let's go on to NFL. Not going to name names, but y'all know Miami's coach, their offensive line coach, just got busted. For storing cocaine. Yes, I said cocaine. All these other guys go out there and say, well, it's a white substance or this white powder. No, we all know it was straight up cocaine. People are scared to say that. I don't know why. It's not a white substance. It's cocaine. He was storing cocaine, talking to his sugar mama, baby mama, I don't know, side piece, whatever you want to call these girls these days. And that girl backfired and put it all over Facebook and the social media for everyone to see. And he has resigned. It's funny how he resigned and did not get fired. I don't know why he didn't get fired, but he resigned. And the Dolphins got a lot of bad things going on. One, their offense is straight up garbage. They should be lucky to have won 2 games so far this year. Lucky. They beat a winless Chargers team, and they beat a Tennessee Titans team without Marcus Mariota. They should be blessed that they've won 2 games. but that's probably going to come to a screeching halt for the rest of the season. Jay Cutler in that offensive line, speaking of offensive line coach, he's probably snorting cocaine so much he can't call the right protection. Maybe that's what's going on. Miami has a lot of things to work on. That guy right there, I don't really get into politics as much. I don't like to in this instance, but that being said, he's got to go. He should have been fired. I don't know why he was fired. They let him resign. I don't know if it came out as a GM or the president or the owner and said this guy is straight up fired. It's not a good look for anybody in the organization, because if he's doing it, you don't know who else is doing it. You don't know who knows about it. You know, that right there can, you don't know, maybe the players are doing it. They can sketch down very fast and be very harmful. So I'm really, really hoping that this is not the case. But it doesn't look good for Miami and the offensive line coach, and well, he's gone now. So Miami, like I said, been struggling. They can't keep Jay Cutler upright. When Jay Cutler is upright, Jay Cutler just sucks as a quarterback. Let's just be honest. Right now, Dolphins fans have a lot to worry about. That 2-2 really feels like 0-4 in my opinion, but 2 wins is still 2 wins. It's the NFL. You get it how you can. Other news, let's talk baseball right now. Great series. The Houston Astros defeat the Boston Red Sox. They clinched the series 3-1. They will face the winner out of tomorrow's game, the Indians and the Yankees in the ALCS. But the Astros went ahead and took care of business in Game 4. Really, really good game. It had everything that you wanted. It had rain. It had back and forth drama. It had great pitching. It had timely hitting. It had all kind of good things going on. So the Astros were just the better team overall, and you knew that coming in the first 2 games of the series. They blew out the Red Sox. Red Sox did get a good win in Game 3, but ultimately it goes to the Houston Astros. They are going to advance. Also advancing, the Los Angeles Dodgers beat the Arizona Diamondbacks, I believe, 3-1 in that game. They swept them 3-0. In my opinion, I thought Arizona had the edge over Los Angeles, but we all know that pitching rules. When you got Clayton Kershaw, and then you got the pitcher from Texas who came over for the Dodgers. Now you got something going on, and these guys they look good. But I'll tell you this: I will always doubt Clayton Kershaw until I see him reach either a World Series or actually have a dominant performance in a NLCS. He's been having tough performances over the last 4 or 5 years now, and he's come up short. And he came up short. Thank God they scored, but he did give a few home runs already against Arizona, and now they will face the winner out of Washington and Chicago. On to that, Washington Nationals versus Chicago Cubs. The Cubs win 2-1 in Game 3. They take a 2-1 series lead, and they will be playing Game 4 tonight. So I'm excited to see about that. But Washington has a lot of things to take care of. Yes, Cubs pitching is pretty good. Now you have Jake Arrieta at home in Chicago against Washington. They have scored, I believe, 1. Then they had a field day in 1 inning in Game 2 where they scored like 4 or 5 runs. And they scored 1 run in Game 3. These guys' bats got to start clicking. Their 1-4 hitters went 0 for 16 in that game. I believe like 5 strikeouts. It's not looking good. Guys like Bryce Harper and Ryan Zimmerman, they got to step up and hit timely hits, man, because that is the only way this team's going to win. They can go pitch for pitch, but Chicago's getting the timely hits we saw in this series. And let's not forget about Chicago. Even though I have the Nationals win this, Chicago will still be defending champions. And they can keep it going. So they're up 2-1. They're trying to clinch tonight in Wrigley Field. It's going to be an absolute great game. I can promise you guys that. I'm excited about that one. And then Game 5, the New York Yankees against the Cleveland Indians. Indians were up 2-0. Well, now it's 2-2. And it's going to be pretty tough for the Yankees to actually win this, I think, in my opinion, when you got Corey Kluber, who is arguably the best pitcher. Yes, he pitched in Game 2 and was dreadful. But I think you will not see that performance again. It's a Game 5, a must-win for both teams, obviously. It's a clincher game. Kluber coming in, he's the best pitcher in the AL. I think he gets the job done. But kudos to the Yankees for fighting. They won Game 3 0-1. They won Game 4 7-3. Aaron Judge, and they're getting their hits in. All these guys are looking pretty good. Trevor Bauer tried to shut it down in Game 4. It did not happen. They will play tomorrow for Game 5, so we will see about that. But I had the Cleveland Indians winning that just because they're at home, the best pitcher, and I don't know who the Yankees are throwing out there. It might be Sonny Gray, and that's not really good news for Yankees fans. But never underestimate the Yankees. I'm kind of hoping the Yankees do win so the Astros don't have to play the Indians. No, I'm kind of an Astros fan-ish. And like I said, I'm 2 hours away from Houston. So I'm really hoping the Astros play the Yankees. It's a little bit easier task for the Stros, in my opinion. And we'll see. But ultimately, right now, it's looking like the Cubs might win that series and face the Dodgers. And it's looking like maybe the Indians face the Astros. So we'll see. I don't know. We'll check that out, man. More news in the NFL. We have some good games going on. I'll talk about the Monday night game. Mitch Trubisky's first ever NFL game going on. Now, the guy, including college, has only had 14 career starts. So I was very shocked to see him go at number 2 that high. I was very, very shocked. He hasn't had that much experience. And even what I saw in North Carolina, it didn't look too impressive to me. Coming into this game, I got what I thought I would see. Great athleticism. Mitch Trubisky can run the ball. He can bootleg like with the best of them. He looks pretty good at that. His decision making, like as all rookies, up and down. Very bad decision making. But he did not, outside of that interception at the end, he didn't do anything to hurt his team. He knew what the game plan was, but it's not his fault either. They have no explosive weapons on that team except for Cohen, number 29, the running back, who's the human joystick. But give credit to Minnesota. It doesn't matter who you play, where it is. Chicago and Minnesota are still in there. Sam Bradford started the first half. It's obvious he's still not up to par, so Sam Bradford left out. Case Keenum came in and took control. I believe he went 17 for 21 with about 150 yards passing and a touchdown to Kyle Rudolph. I believe in the second or third quarter, one of those. But Chicago is going to be a rough year for Chicago. They have no playmakers outside of Coleman at all. Mitch is going to have to just keep throwing the ball to Zach Miller. Thank you, Zach Miller, for winning my fantasy for me. Appreciate that. I had 3 leagues. I was actually an offer in one of my leagues. I'm killing it in 2 leagues, and I'm just getting killed in 1 league. And I finally got my first victory because of Zach Miller. Shout out to you, Zach Miller. Chi-Town as well. Let's go. But Mitch Trubisky, he looked okay. Scale 1 to 10, I gave it about a 6. He did okay. He looked good. You give him better weapons, better performance out of him. Chicago has things going on. He's a much better pick than Mike Glennon, I'd say that. But you can kind of tell they dumbed the offense down for him. They made it safe. They made it easy for him to roll out and have space to do things that he wanted to do. Like I said, outside of that bad interception he threw in the fourth quarter, last drive, he did a very adequate job. And I give him that, man. So we will definitely see about what's going on. But baseball is right around the corner with the ALCS and the NLCS. I'm excited about that. The NBA, we saw what's going on. Houston Rockets look pretty good, but we don't know. I'll tell you this, man. Golden State Warriors look good, and that's not a good sign for any NBA team in the league right now. The Warriors look good all over again. We all saw Steph Curry hit 40 points in China against the Timberwolves, 19 in one quarter, which is the third quarter. Those guys look good. I don't think anyone's going to stop them once again. You add Kevin Durant, and you got all the pieces that you want. OKC added Paul George. They added Carmelo Anthony. Rockets added Chris Paul. So many teams added this guy, that guy. Minnesota got Jimmy Butler. And gang, it doesn't matter one bit. I mean, you got Boston added Kyrie and Gordon Hayward. It's not going to matter when it comes down to the Warriors. I think the Warriors are just a top-notch class above everybody else. 1, their continuity together. 2, their system that they run. Everyone gets a touch. Everyone gets a piece of the pie. They all love playing with each other. You can tell that. Golden State isn't going anywhere. They are the best team, and the best team for a reason. That's one thing I got from this preseason, and just one thing I got from the offseason. And you added Nick Young as well, who with his eyes closed can shoot 40% from the three-point land. So it's going to be very interesting to see if anyone can even touch the Golden State Warriors. I'm very interested in that. With that being said, man, like I said, be on the lookout for tonight. We got our casual college football talk with B-Dub, Brian Wilkinson, the host of Base on Balls. We got that going on tonight. It'll probably be uploaded Wednesday morning. I'm talking like midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning, something like that. So be on the lookout for that. But that being said, I got to say what I got to say. Please like, subscribe, and comment, share to Uneducated Network to where you can see my show, Uneducated Sports Talk, and many, many, many others. So comment, how do you feel about D-Wade starting? I want to hear your comments down below, and tell me how you feel about the NFL season. The coach for the Miami Dolphins, should he have been fired instead of resigning? Let me know your comments on it as well. So That being said, Uneducated Network presents Uneducated Sports Talk. I'm your host, Carlos Clayton. As always, sports fans, you know what it is. Stay smart, stay uneducated. Peace.